Alright, Tubes. I'm going to work on Lil Dirtbikes Miata here. He's over here.
Hey, Tubes.
And what we're going to do is he's going to get some of these little dents out. You got little dings. I don't know if you can see it. Different angles you can see it. But not many, you know. I mean, they're real tiny dents. And on the hood. On the hood he's got one here. And then the back. I can't see it, but there's one right here. And we knew that was there when we sprayed that, so we're going to have to wipe this paint off and get that dent. You might be able to see anything now since the sun went in. And then he's got one here. And that's a pretty good one there. We're going to have to do body work on that. The other one there was you're going to have to put glazing putty. But this one, the funny story behind this one. The boy asked me, he goes, what do you think caused that? And I said, something on the inside of the trunk must have rolled around and hit it. And he said, nah, nothing get it over there, the battery's there. And I said, what is your answer? The guy didn't have his battery tied down, and you can actually see there's 2 points. It hit the wall twice. And then you had one on the back right here. He must have closed the trunk on something here. So we're gonna hit that in and fill that. So there's not really many things to finish, and then he's gonna ready to send it out to paint.
Yep, buddy.
Yeah. And while he's dicking around with that, I'm gonna try and get this. This is plastic dip somebody put on there, and he tried it already, and I think he used gasoline or something. But I'm gonna try maybe mineral spirits or alcohol, because gasoline is petroleum based, and that's like wiping oil all over this thing. So here's another one of his dents right here. He marked them with magic marker there. All right, pull it in, buddy.
All right, buddy.
Let's hear how it starts. Can't find the key. Ha. Come on, the tubes want to hear it start. There it goes. Starts pretty good. Oh! Gonna have to put our transmission and rear in that thing before we finish painting it. Alright, Tubes, you probably can't see it, but right here is a little dent, and we primed over that just because we primed everything else. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to take some of this paint off here. This is lacquer thinner. I'm going to take some of this paint off. Surprised it don't come off easier. There you go, it's come off now.
It's not cheap primer there, buddy.
No, well, that's good stuff. Look, you can see right where the dent is at.
Yep.
That's just right here. Okay. Alright, I'm going to take some of this paint off of here, and then we'll show you how we're going to fix that dent. Alright, can you see this?
Yeah.
It's a different color?
Yeah, it's a little darker, you can see it.
Yep. Well, that wasn't hit by the sander, so we're going to have to sand that. You see the way it's white? That's the clear coat. This is urethane, so you can get away with putting that glazing putty, that epoxy glazing putty on top. So that's what we're going to do there. That's ready for that. But can you see the dent in here? Can you see that popping up?
No.
Come around this way. Come around this way. Look at it.
Not really. Nope.
Can you see it? With the lights?
I can see it, but I don't think the camera can see it. Right there, I think you can kind of tell.
Strange. Looks kind of fuzzy. But anyway, what we got to do is we got to knock it down, and just like that, and we should be all right, and we'll fill that.
Yep.
And then this one here, I gotta go get the shrinking hammer. We'll try and shrink that. That's a little too much. You might have those in the trunk.
Alright.
Alright, what we have here is something different, you know, because it's stretched. That got hit so hard that it stretched that metal. And the magic hammer, can you see that, buddy?
Yeah, I see it.
the magic hammer isn't going to work for that. So what I got, I picked this up. I knew you had that dent as soon as I seen that car with a dent. As soon as you brought it around. What I bought you here is a. Can you see that?
I do.
They call that a shrinking hammer. And here's a shrinking dolly to go along with it. I used to have one, but I gave it away to some young kid once.
Oh.
Because I didn't think I'd ever need it again, but I bought that for you. You can have that.
Huh.
We're going to see if this works. And if not, then we'll have to shrink it with... yeah, it seems to be working pretty good. See all them little dimples and stuff? Shrinks that metal right up. All you need is the right tools.
That's right.
I'll tell you to feel that, but you got a camera in one hand and a light in the other. Feels pretty good, buddy. I'll grind that down, see what it looks like.
Yep.
Alright. Alright, let me grind this down and see what it looks like, buddy. Not bad. See, it's raised a little bit. Let me see if I can knock that down with a file.
Alright.
Alright. You want it? We rolling?
Yep.
Okay. This here's a file, a metal file. And it felt like it was sticking out just ever so slightly. So, I'm just going to kind of knock it off a little bit. That's, you know, that's so good right now, buddy. If I didn't do that, you probably wouldn't even need putty. You can't get carried away with these because the newer cars don't have that much metal on them, but that's pretty good. Alright, buddy.
Alright.
It's time for plastic. Should be able to get that with the glazing putty now.
Yep. Go ahead, buddy.
Alright. See, now you'll be able to just get that with glazing putty.
Yep.
Alright. Alright. Get this one right here. Can you see that, buddy?
Nah, hold on.
Okay. There. See, that actually shows you right where the dent is at.
Yep.
You hit that with a little sandpaper, and then you're good to go, buddy.
Good.
Alright.
Alright, tubes, here we go.
I'm doing this just for time's sake because we got a lot to do. We got to do them fenders, and the kid wants to get this in the paint shop. So that's the only reason I'm doing this right now. He did it on the doors, did a pretty good job. So this one has to be so ever so thin. I got too much on my thing here, that's why it's like shit. I'll take that off. It's just gotta be right here. Okay. lose it, buddy.
Yep, I see that.
Hot in here. I think we got them all.
Yeah.
Alright, Lil Dirtbike, he's got some 220 grit on there. And what he's doing now, he's just sanding that down. And you could actually see if it's going to be still a little sunken spot where the dark area is. Yeah, you can use this method when you got urethane paint, because urethane is an epoxy, and that's all you're doing there is putting epoxy on top of it. But if it's an enamel paint job, a straight enamel or acrylic enamel, I wouldn't. You probably get away with it, but I wouldn't recommend it. We never used to do that in the old days, but with this newer paint and everything, the guys just put this stuff out on top. Let me feel it, buddy.
Check it out.
Yeah. Keep going. We're probably going to need another.
Yep.
Another real thin coat, but that's what he's doing. Sometimes you don't know until you get all the way down to the bottom. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but he's doing it in an X pattern. He's going one way and then he's come back and doing it the other way. That keeps everything pretty flat. Okay. Yeah, he's going to need another coat on that. Okay. Good work, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Alright, I think I might hit these other ones with the DA just to speed things up. Because like I say, we got to strip these fenders here and then I think sand the whole car down. Alrighty. Alright, we got all the little dings in the hood. This ding over here, a little ding over here. These two dings. Back here. Here's where that big dent was. And then up here the little dent. So we got them all fixed. And we're going to tape it up, and we're going to tape this one half up, drag it outside, and prime that up, and then bring it back in and do the other side. Because it's I don't want to keep it out there too long with the sun. You know, it's going to heat this thing up too fast, so we'll just do one side at a time. Alright, let's tape it up, buddy.
Alright, buddy.
Alright, we got all the little dings and dents out of it. The rear quarter, that came out pretty good. We're happy with that. You can't see where the battery went through the side. The trunk looks good. Alright, the rest of them. So all you gotta do is scuff it and send to Mako, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
You'll be cruising in no time. Get another look at that. It's a far cry from when it comes pulling in this driveway, buddy.
Uh-huh.
You make me proud of you.
Thanks, buddy.
Alright, we're going to end this video. There ain't much we can do. Sit here and watch it dry. All we got to do now is just take that shit off of the fenders. That is, what do they call that? Plastic dip. And it was coming off, came off nice with mineral spirits. One of the guys recommended that, and it did. It worked very good. They were using gasoline, but I'd rather use mineral spirits. The gasoline has too much petroleum in it and stuff like that. So that's good, man. You're good to go. All right.
All right.
See you guys.
See you, too.
All right.